So you can now have multiple streams of income. And I will say that any one of these solutions that we have, you can build a business on that one solution. Let's say it's a solar solution or the final expense solution. You can focus just on that, or you can learn a little bit about all of these and be able to have them in your back pocket when you have a conversation with your customers. Here's an example of some of the solutions that we offer. Again, all of our solutions are either unique, exclusive, or an extremely good deal. And we're always adding more. So we have real estate solutions, discount travel solutions, solutions for nonprofit funding, final expense insurance, solar installations if you want to save money on your utility bills, which are skyrocketing right now. We have a great prescription drug program, the Silveris Academy, which is an online business and personal development platform where we host courses. This is where Dusty Stop, one of our VPs, has his courses on there. Discount health benefits, affordable health share. That's coming in probably about a week at the most, I think. We have life insurance, an incredible life insurance program that's coming up soon. Senior services, ERC funding, and real estate and business financing. Now, for all of these solutions, there are no licenses required, and other professionals will provide all the services for your customer. You don't have to be an expert in all of these solutions. You just have to understand it in its basic form and be able to share it with the person that needs them. Okay, again, many of these solutions will provide residual income. Now, you are in essence starting your own business. And so some people might be a little scared about that if they've never started one. So let's talk a little bit about why you would want to start your own business. These are a couple good examples. One, you get tax write-offs for things that you already purchased. The computer you're looking at right now, you could write off 100%. All of your office supplies. Even a vehicle, if it's used in conjunction with your business, you could write that off. And of course, portions of your own home, you can write off as well if it's used as your home office. Another reason is you have control of your work environment. Who wouldn't want that? And of course, you have control of your time and schedule. You don't have to put in requests for leave or days off or anything like that. You get to control your schedule. Now, why would you want to start your own business as a Silveris business? One, you have minimal expense, and I'll go over that in just a second. Two, you can do this anywhere in the world. As long as you have internet access, you can communicate with anybody and run your business. You have a potential to create substantial wealth and passive income. It's not a promise. It does take time. It does take effort, some consistency. It's not a hard thing to do, but it does take effort. And then lastly, you have support in building your business and your success. We have all of our VPs are either CEOs or leaders of their own organizations or former business owners. There's a ton of experience within our leadership team to help you grow your business, not to mention the knowledge base of our own membership. Many of the members that are joining Silveris now are successful network marketers. Some are network marketers that said, I'd never want to join a network marketing company again, but they see the opportunity in Silveris and have joined us. How much does it cost to actually run and start a business typically? Here's some of the things that people would have to consider if they were to start their own business. Product or service research, development and manufacturing, professional education. You know, if you're a doctor, you're going to have to go get some education there, a degree. And then if you're a lawyer, you got to go pass the bar. And insurance agents, there's coursework and costs. Real estate agents, same thing. You have marketing costs. You have fulfillment and servicing, shipping, administrative costs, franchise fees, and building and equipment. At a minimum, tens of thousands of dollars. Quite often it runs over $100,000 just to start your own business. And again, that's all 100% at risk. There's no guarantee that it's going to be successful. So that investment is at risk. What's it cost to start a Silveris business? Well, today until probably about next week, February 1st is our target date. Right now, it's a one-time setup fee of $157.95. That will go up to $189.95. And then there's an account management charge, which is $19.95 per month. That'll go up to $29.95 per month. And what do you get for those costs? You're going to get a personal store. You don't have to go out and start your own website. You get to use all of our landing pages and our entire website, but each page will be coded with your ID. And so if anybody visits our site that you've invited them with your special link, then you get credit for that person if they sign up as as a sales rep or if they just purchase one of our solutions. You're also going to get a virtual office to manage your business, access to all of the solutions at a member-only discounted rate. You're going to have a license to promote all solutions with the Solveris branding, and of course, access to the compensation plan. So you get paid every time you refer a customer and they purchase a solution. Oftentimes, that's going to be monthly. And of course, you're going to get all the training and support. So all of those things that we talked about before is expenses, and these are not just expensive, those are your investments at risk. You don't have any of those risks. Okay, what is the process of running your Solveris business? Well, one, you need to sign up. Two, you start sharing the solutions. Again, any conversation you have with someone, if you're asking the right questions, you're going to find out some of their needs. And we have a lot of solutions that will help satisfy those needs. And so there's really no selling. It's just a conversation. Now, if somebody is interested in doing the same thing you're doing as a sales representative, then just invite them to one of these meetings. We'll go over this process with them, invite them to the Saturday meeting where we're going to have a deep dive. And then probably the best thing is to set up a 3-way call with one of our leadership team so we can answer their specific questions and move them down the path. And then step 4 is just repeat the process over and over and over. And then once in a while on step 5, you're going to want to check your e-wallet to see what kind of funds have been dumped into your e-wallet. This business is, excuse me, is so easy. And once you have the system down, it doesn't take much time. You're going to start asking yourself, well, can I duplicate my efforts? Can I recruit other people to do the exact same thing I'm doing and get the exact same success that I am? The answer is yes. You can build out sales teams. And so as you grow those sales teams, every one of these sales reps who has a customer that signs up for a solution, you're going to get a little bit of an override for that. So now you have residual income, not only on the sales that you create, but also on the sales that all of your sales team creates. There are leadership positions in here in Solveris, so you can work your way up to like a regional manager, VP, president, all the way up to a CEO. And then the last question is, what do I do now? So the best thing to do, today we're going to have a big Q&A. So stay online. We'll answer all of your questions, or as many as we can. But the next step is if you have someone that's really interested in Solveris, set up a 3-way call with your sponsor and one of our leadership team so we can go through, answer all of their questions, and help them get onboarded. So that's it for the presentation today, everyone. I am going to go ahead and first, I'll go to Bo. If you've been monitoring any questions, do we have any questions that we need to cover from the chat?
Hey, since he's muted, let me say one thing. Hey, Bo, you're muted, but I just want to say one thing. Excellent presentation, Steve. The one thing that you didn't mention is if you do come in before February 1st, it's not only 1995 right now, but it's your grandfathered in. It stays 1995. Back to you, Steve.
Yes, thank you so much for that. I don't see any questions in there.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I think, was it Jessica that was saying she had a load of questions for us?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jessica, fire away.
Okay, so I'm ready to start writing apps. Started at the moment I got my information. Silly questions that I have, and it's just from past experience with government work. Ink color on these applications, blue or black, either one, or blue so that you know it's original ink. Doesn't matter.
That's
She's
Bruce,
asking me. It does not matter.
Okay. And when filling out the applications, not that my handwriting is the best, but for the time being, if we can't fill them in electronically and print them for them to sign, can I fill it out and they just sign, or does it all have to be in the same handwriting?
Well, no. So you, as the representative, you would be filling out the application. The only time that they would be doing anything is the initial portion and the signature portion.
When you say the initial portion, like the...
Remember when we were going through, you have to have them initial acknowledging that all the different programs exist in the foundation.
Yes, I had them initial all of those. It was just
initial, sign, but everything else would be in your handwriting. And I understand my handwriting is atrocious. All right. So that's why I just try to do the best I can, or I take Nicole with me, because someone else can fill out the paperwork, but the licensed agent has to sign it.
Hey, you guys, let me jump in real quick, because I want everybody else to know that we're not talking about the application, the sign up process to actually become a member in Silveris. We're talking about a specific solution that Bruce is in charge of. He's our VP of insurance, and this is specific for insurance agents. Please go ahead, you guys.
Yeah, and someone has a lot of noise going on in the background.
Someone has a television on.
If you can mute that, please. Oh, thank you. Oh, no, thank you. Bo, we'll have to go through it and start muting people and see who that is.
It was Jessica.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. She's asking the questions. So, Jessica, did you have another question?
I did. I'm sorry. I'll try to make it quick. In the sense of not leaving blanks on an application, when it said middle name, I had a client that doesn't have a middle name, and I had put NMN, no middle name, but I'm realizing, do I just not applicable? Okay.
Yeah.
And I got an email about the shared email, and I don't think I understand what the shared email is for.
Okay, reach out to Nicole and she'll explain it to you.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Can I use more than one check? Can I use one check for more than one client? So if I'm donating the donation fee for 4 or 5 clients, can I put that all on one check, or do I have to send an individual one for
I
each
would
one?
do individually, otherwise that's gonna kind of goof things up.
Okay.
Because a check goes with the membership agreement, and then now you're trying to combine multiple membership agreements to one check, and I'm sure, given the opportunity to goof that up, it will happen.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
And I was trying to, I guess, register for the Silveris Academy, but for some reason it wouldn't register me or do anything. Is there somebody I should contact?
That's Steve.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that. I think you put a ticket in, and I looked and I did not see a registration. So, Jessica, why don't you? Website design and functionality. Patrick, if everybody could mute, if you're not chatting, that'd be great. Patrick, send me an email and I will forward that on to Micah. And a lot of those things, after the new site rolls out, we will be tweaking it even more. It will not be finished in the sense that it's going to constantly be changing as we grow and try to optimize everything. Perfect. All right. So if you have a question and you're kind of waiting for someone else to finish with theirs, go ahead and use the little yellow hand or whatever color hand you want, or just raise your hand. But we're still open now. I'm done with the chat. So whoever has a question, Jessica, those were great. Those are great process.
I was just saying thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jessica. I want to share something with you because when we pay daily, and I send out batches constantly of commissions, and I reach out to let people know, like I first check. And then and they want to provide some type of health benefits for their employees, whether it's a perk or they pass on the expense. It's so inexpensive. The value is so great. If you were to reach out and you ask a business owner if they would consider it, if they say yes, all you have to do is get them on the phone with Brian. He'll do all the heavy lifting, and when he brings that company on board, the residual income is just tremendous for you. So that's another way that you can create some residual income, and it's just like Steve mentioned, through one of our solutions. Steve?
Yep. Rick's hand is still up. So Rick.
Yeah, I'm curious, in the future, training for the different solutions, is that going to be available in the academy? Or
So
is that...
yeah, that's great. So in the academy right now, or the training portal, there's a section called sharing the solutions, and each solution is listed there. And so what I'm putting in there are the tools. Sometimes, like for solar, there's a form to fill out that you'll be able to go there and get the extra tools that you need, or trainings. So be sure to go through that. It started out as an outline, and we're filling in the gaps right now. So you might go to one page that doesn't have anything on it. It's just because we haven't had a chance to put that content in there. We're prioritizing on the need. But that said, we're trying to make all the landing pages so when you sign in as a sales rep, you'll have access to the information you need right there, just to simplify. So the landing page should be your first step. The next step would be the training portal, to go in there and see what tools, social media content, all that stuff we're putting in the training portal. So that way you can go out and share all of those things. The third thing that we're going to add here after we launch this website, so it'll be in February, is we're going to start scheduling weekly. Like on Monday, you might have the real estate solution training. On Tuesday, senior solution training. On Wednesday, it might be solar power. So then you could just look at the event schedule on our calendar and pick and choose which training that you want to do. And it might get repetitive if you keep coming over and over, but what you'll find is if you're focusing on one solution, you're going to start learning the systems that are very effective and productive for you to grow your business. So I would start attending those once we launch that. Great question, Rick.
The company just recently hired an assistant for Steve, and together they're doing some incredible job for graphics for all the social media and for just promoting and marketing. So all as far as a great tool, that's in there also.
Yeah, the real estate solution brochure is almost complete. Bo's going to tweak it and fine tune it, and Deborah's helping with that as well. So I think next week is very conservative, that it should be out fairly early, and that'll be available for you guys to share with everyone, which will make it much more simple. Bo, did you have a comment on that? I saw the finger go up, and you're muted.
No, I don't. But you have 3 questions in front of you.
Okay, let's
Sam,
let me go.
Sam and Jessica and David.
Okay, perfect. Let's go to Sam. I'm not sure who was up first, but let's go to Sam. We haven't heard from him today. Awesome. Absolutely. Sam, what I would do is let's connect the 3 of us and let's just get on a Zoom and chat together. And so we can vet what exactly what he has and see what kind of collaboration opportunities we can create. Yeah, I do. So if you want to, you've got my email, it's in the chat. Just send an email to both of us and let's schedule a time. Perfect. All right. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I see Karen has a question here. Karen, did you want to just unmute and ask your question? portal, go into sharing the senior solutions, and it will have a form there that you'll fill out
Yes,
for the insurance.
I did that. Yes,
Okay.
I did that. Mm-hmm.
And then that has the link for the NDA. So all they have to do is click the link and fill out the NDA and send it. And that will go to, Bruce will get a notification, or he'll have it on his spreadsheet. So they'll know that they'll have it on hand.
I didn't see the NDA. I know I signed it twice for.
You're creating.
Thank you.
Hey,
Steve, I
Steve,
just-
John's having a problem keeping the hand up, and I can't get mine up at all except to do this. So I know you
Oh.
have a question, John.
Just do this kind of thing. We'll see you. Let's go ahead and go to John
There
then.
you go.
Hey, how you guys doing? Thanks, Deborah. It's like I was friggin' waving at everybody, you know? But I just have a question regarding how this can be included into an organization like a nonprofit. As Deborah's aware, I have a nonprofit here in Boulder. But
So-
we provide services for families that with the death of a child.
We
This stems
we
from
actually.
our laws.
I didn't mean to interrupt, John. We actually have a nonprofit. I don't know if Tom is here today, but he's essentially signing up his nonprofit as an affiliate within Solveris. And so then all the people that use all the solutions through Solveris are going to be able to funnel through his nonprofit. Now, Deborah, you may be able to expand on that a little bit because you work closely with Tom. Did you want to add to that and how he's doing it?
Well, that's exactly what he's doing. So when people want to support your organization and they come into Solveris, they will be sponsored by the Fans of America. The same thing can happen with your organization. They can be sponsored by Martyred Angels. And then you can essentially be offering the people that, care about sponsoring and supporting your organization, you can be offering them some value because look at all the solutions we have. And it's not just one solution and it's not just products. It's an array of solutions. And we're constantly adding to them as well. As we have new members, you're going to see that the solutions that we have on here today are not necessarily the only ones that are going to be on here in a couple of months, because as we get new members, we're always adding solutions and people are coming all the time and they want their solutions here on the platform. And, that is something that's great because it's just growing. And it can be a real benefit to everyone who, not only wants to have their own multi organizations as well, and for everyday expenses and operating costs for your organization.
So would that be, and forgive me for my lack of being able to thoroughly explain this properly, but would I then being a membership with the organization to Solveris? I'm not exactly sure how that works. I'm not
So what
not
I'm
tech at all. So
what I'd like to do, John, affiliates as well. And so there's a lot of solutions that bring in just a small amount of consistent residual income. But then there are some big ticket items that you can get using our solutions. And one of them is the real estate one. So I'll let Bruce, if you want to expand on how he could use the real estate solution to increase revenues for his nonprofit.
I think you meant Bo instead of Bruce, right?
I'm Bo, I'm sorry.
Okay. No. So we have various different solutions, and I call them tools in the toolbox. And one of which is a program that you can see on the page. If you go to the nonprofit page, you'll see a 35-page or so document that Mark and I put together a couple of years ago, and it was very successful in our beta testing. And what it is we go to a nonprofit and get into their donor base, and we go to the key people in their donor base first, and we spread it out to the rest of them, and they sign what's called a what we call a connector pledge or an R pledge or a real estate pledge. Just pledging the next time they're going to buy or sell a home that they'll do it through their Solveris real estate advisor. And when they do that, 15% of the commission on selling their house or buying a house or a commercial building or whatever they're selling or buying will go directly to the nonprofit. And I picked up, I just saw something yesterday that the average price in America is about 70,000 today in America, which I in my area it's about 550. So I tell everybody it's about 400,000. So at 400,000, that brings in based on those numbers I just told you, 15% of the commission on their side of the deal. That brings in about $1,850. If you had a large enough donor base that had 700 people that signed up for that, about every 7 years somebody buys and or sells their house, and so that equals about 100 transactions a year if you had 700 put up. So that would be, based on that math, that's 185,000 a year going to that nonprofit. Very cool. It's really a good win for the nonprofit. They don't have to do the bake sales or the golf tournaments anymore, which are very volunteer. Use of time is a lot. So you can actually have a really nice channel for some good money that way. We have another solution that Alan here can talk about, is the charitable gifting of real estate. That's a whole different real estate solution with charities, in that there's a lot of people who donor base that might actually give a piece of real estate. There's a lot of complications that go along with it. So to make it simpler, they put together a program that is actually very good. And the average donation nationwide on something like that's about 600,000 total of equity that comes right to the nonprofit out of one transaction. So there's various different ways that can, tools in our toolbox, in our Solveris toolbox, that we can make this work.
There was definitely much more that I discussed with Deborah, and I'm glad that you brought that up, because that's those multiple resources are definitely essential, and that's what we found with our organization. Is when it comes to volunteers, especially with the recent event that we had here, it was such a you had to really be what is that word I'm looking for? You really had to be on board. You had to have volunteers for 16 straight days from 7 in the morning till 9 at night. So like a $1,500 fee for that. And these funds are definitely necessary. And it wasn't until, my wife and I, we lost our 3-year-old son in a drowning accident in 2011, which is the reason why I started this organization. There was a news station here that brought out the statistics and data associated with that loss, and they're bad. I mean, the marriage is in course, which also spirals down into job loss, home loss, material loss. And what I had found for myself after actually getting out and talking to some people that were homeless, I also came to understand that several of those had lost as well, but now they're fighting drug and alcohol addiction. So with that in mind, that's the reason why I started this organization and the several programs that we have. But the other thing that I also wanted to attach to is the other links that you have showing life insurance and other benefits that we might be able to provide to not only board members and members of the organization, but perhaps the families at that cost, of course, the other families that have lost all these other items and maybe starting to get back on their feet, but just don't have the money to be able to afford that sort of those sort of benefits, such as life insurance and healthcare. That might be something we might be able to expand to them and offer to them, and just give them the information and perhaps get them on board and get them started in a much better direction.
Perfect. Yeah, once you get into the website and go through there's some brochures. Like, I think if you check out the senior solutions, Bruce has a brochure on there that goes through. I think the final expense would be something that you really want to expose to your membership, because it's essentially no cost for the consumer. I'll let Bruce qualify that if you need to, Bruce, to make sure I cross the T's and dot the I's on that one. But there are some really tremendous benefits in that program. And again, the health benefits is great too. For $17.95 to get all of those different health benefits and discounts is phenomenal.
Is there an age cutoff for that? Because typically with some of those programs, you know,
I'll let Bruce address the final expense, because that's the one that's really blowing up for him right now, that he's not seen in many years, if at all. Well, he's never seen.
And I apologize, but I can barely hear you, John. I don't know if it's on my end or what, but here's the thing. I want to just say this first. I had two facility managers contact me this week where a resident had passed away and the family did not have the resources to pay for the funeral. And they said, hey, what paperwork do we need to fill out to have that foundation cover this? And I said, that's not how this works. Right? You don't wait until the toothpaste is out of the tube. All right. And so, like I always say, you can't buy homeowners when your house is on fire. All right. So the final expense program obviously has to be done preemptively. All right. But essentially, here's what you need to know. There's a 501c3 that charitably gifts an amount equal to the monthly premium of the final expense. So the elderly person between 70 and 85 can petition for coverage. They don't get to pick the face amount. They just petition for coverage. The policy will be between $10,000 and $40,000. All right. And whatever the monthly premium is, because you have a 501c3, or at least you have a charity, I heard. So the IRS says that charitable organizations are allowed to gift up to $16,000 a year with no taxable ramifications. So what that allows the foundation to do is gift an amount equal to the monthly premium to cover for the insured in exchange for 50% of the death benefit on the back end. So if you have individuals that are financially challenged, all right, this would be a perfect fit, because they would be able to fill out the membership agreement. Now, they have to join the foundation, and that's a $126 donation, but anybody can pay that. All right, anyone can pay the $126, and then they can become a member of the foundation, fill out the paperwork, and then get a policy between 10 and 40,000. The foundation picks up the monthly premium, and then their beneficiary gets half of the debt on the back end. So that's a zero net cost, which I can say here. I can't say it at a presentation. I can't say it's free final expense or premium free, but for the purpose of this call and explanation, I can say that. So if you do have individuals that could be financially challenged, then this would be a good fit for them. So, they could go ahead and get something. Their beneficiaries receive half of the benefit. All right. And it didn't cost the family anything. So that's a conversation that we can have at a different time. And quite honestly, I don't want to take up all the oxygen in the room, but I am going to say this. there are a lot of questions that are coming in now, and they're all fantastic questions. So maybe what we might do is we'll set up like an educational Zoom meeting for the final expense program so that I'm not sucking all the oxygen out of the room, because going back to the NDA real fast, all right? Nicole, my assistant, and I have set up a system of checks and balances where if we get a lead for an agent and we don't see an active NDA on the spreadsheet within 48 hours, Nicole is sending an email out saying, hey, you know, you were referred to us, but we don't see an active NDA. Once again, here's the link, go and click on it. So we're trying to do everything we can to prevent things from falling through the cracks. And again, that would be something, maybe we'll set up a half-hour education, you know, Zoom every once in a while just to go through that.
Copy that. Thank you guys.
All right. But yeah, anytime you want to have a conversation, I put my intel in the chat. All right. I apologize again, but I cannot understand what you're saying. So if we want to set up like a direct conversation, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have, sir.
Hey, I'm going to jump in here real quick. This is Mark. Hey, John, just to repeat, real simple. 3 nonprofit ways we do it: through the real estate gifting, through the program Bo mentioned, it doesn't cost the nonprofit a dime, it doesn't cost the donor base a dime, through the sale of real estate. And the last one is we might want to do a 3 or 4 way call with you and who invited you, and I'll be on that call, and we can talk about how we do it through your donor base being interested in using our services. So those are the 3 ways. John, who invited you to the call?
First and foremost, thank you so much. Copy that. That was Deborah LaPlante.
Perfect. Deborah, let's have a meeting and we can get him going like we are doing with Tom. Okay.
All right, we got a couple more hands up. I didn't mean to interrupt anybody, so stop me if I did. I'm not sure who was first. David, let's go back to you. One, I did send you an email, so hopefully you got that link.
Yep, got that. Thank you very much. So quick 2 questions here. For the first one, piggybacking off what Karen was asking earlier regarding the website, the new website, and the agents being able to go there and click on a link. I guess that's what you were saying in regards to signing up for the final expense product or solution, right? Okay, so the question is, if they were to come to the site and the agent will be redirected to someone in the network. So if someone come to my site, will that agent or that client be coded to my link?
Yes. So that form would only show up for the sales reps, right? So if a customer goes to your link, then it will have the form just for the customer. But if you're logged in as the sales reps will have access to additional information on those landing pages, right? So not everybody will see those. They have to be logged into the system. So that's where that form will appear, and then you can input the information for the insurance agent to start the process of getting the NDA and going to the meetings.
Even though I'm not a licensed agent, they will be able
correct.
Any agent within my network will be able to get that lead.
Correct.
Okay. Number 2, this is directed to Bruce. I'm sorry, man, I gotta ask this question, brother. So is there any plans in the future to get Nicole some help get the packets out to the agents, the new agents, in under 4 days?
You're muted, Bruce.
Please repeat that question, David.
Okay, no problem. Are there any plans to get Nicole some assistance to get the new agent packets out in a more timely fashion?
Okay, I'm really glad you asked that question because we had this conversation last night. Here is the flow. All right, once someone has completed the Code of Ethics compliance training, at the end of that training, Nicole will be emailing out the attestation that you click and complete. Once we see that populate in the spreadsheet, then she will send out the email with the 7 attachments. We are planning on having this, if it is not done. Now, once again, this is predicated on how fast you complete the attestation. But if you complete the attestation immediately after the compliance call, all right, you should have everything that you need to be up and running by close of business that day. If you don't complete it immediately, you will have everything by close of business the following day. So is that fast enough for you?
That is awesome. Thank you very much.
Okay, I told you. Well, that's not awesome. Nicole's awesome. All right.
Awesome,
So you got to
Nicole.
remember, all right, I'm the dog and pony show. She's the brains of the operation. So yeah, she's gonna be your new best friend, believe me.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much.
Right. And she's a lot better looking. So hey, I actually have to I gotta bounce unless there's like one last minute question. I'm sorry, but I've got another place I have to be.
Does anybody have an insurance question? And shake your hands or whatever. If we don't have any more insurance questions, we'll let Bruce get going. I don't see any hands coming
All
up.
right,
So
great.
Thanks, Bruce.
Everybody have a great weekend. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks, Bruce.
All right, Karen, I see your hand up.
Okay, so I am so excited right now because you guys just gave me a brilliant idea, because I have a nonprofit, and was I understanding that I'm able to sign my nonprofit up and because I already signed up as an individual, but I need members. I don't have a lot of sponsors. I have none right now. But if I can promote this thing and have monthly membership fees coming in, and that will help us so much because we do temporary housing and supportive services for veterans and people with disabilities. And, we're always, pushing out for grants and, this will be such a great opportunity to sign members up or donors up to help, because they know people who need insurance. They know 70-year-olds of all these nonprofits. They know other nonprofits who have real estate that need to, they can possibly do the real estate thing, the $2,000 per bedroom. And so this will be a win-win, because they can also have their members sign up as members to get access to all these services. Just like just a light bulb popped off my head. But answer that question for me. Thank you.
I'm not sure what the question was, but that's you kind of take this all in layers, Karen, and sometimes it's a matter of time that the light bulb goes off. Go ahead, Mark.
I think I got it because it was regarding the program that Deborah is doing with Tom. And it works. It's beautiful. You can sign up that 501c3, the nonprofit. Now that you're already in, you could just sign that organization up directly underneath you, and then anybody that comes in to benefit from our solutions, you would be part of that monthly residual from the subscription. Yes, that is very exciting. But you mentioned you don't have a lot of sponsors. I think you might have meant you don't have a lot of donors yet.
Yeah.
And that's, if you want to go read that 33-page nonprofit launch kit, we have a way to expand your donor base, and we'll help you do that as well. So
right.
There's so many great things. And then somebody put their hand up, I think it was Jackie, regarding a program for veterans. And we are working on that right now, where we'll give scholarships to veterans to become a Silveris member, and possibly just have to pay the monthly subscription. So we're working on that right now.
God bless you guys.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Can you say that again?
Yes. If someone is a veteran, they want to be part of this program, become a Silveris member, an SR, which is a solutions rep. That's what we call them. We don't call them distributors or IBOs. We call them SRs. And if they'd like to become an SR, and it's really not a handout, it's a hand up. And this will give them an opportunity to build residual income as a Silveris member.
Okay, and you had mentioned that the initial, I guess, 157 might be waived, and they just pay the monthly membership.
That's our plan right now. Steve is nodding his head yes, so I'm 99% sure it'll be exactly that.
Perfect. Our company is a small veteran minority-owned company. My husband served and retired after 20 years in the Air Force. I served on the civilian side with the Air Force for 15 years. So anything and any opportunity to also work with our veterans is awesome for us. I love the final expense product and all the other products, but even this is a perfect start. And so that really excited me. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. If I could, I see Bill Shaw just dropped in on us, and David Walker was looking for some ERC help. Bill, would you be able to chime in a little bit on this and tell us how you're able to help people with the ERC? If he's there, I'll see if he doesn't unmute right away.
You know, let me start this a little bit for Bill. I've known Bill for quite a few years. He owns the largest appraisal company in the 5 boroughs of New York, and he is a tremendous asset to this company. He's an angel member, and if you remember, he's bringing in somebody that'll be a future solution for us. I believe it's the Bank Breezy. Anyway, that has an ERC program, so that the guy is just phenomenal. So, Bill, go ahead and talk about it right now. It's a little premature because we don't have that in our system yet, but we're working on it. But we'd love to hear from you, Bill.
Sure, absolutely. Well, actually, now that you mentioned Bank Breezy, the ERC program is administered through Bank Breezy. So Mark and Steve and Micah, they all met Wade. So Wade's team is the one that actually administrates that. Everything goes through them. So basically, all we do as reps is we just refer our websites, and Wade's team takes over. The program is administered by CPAs and tax attorneys. And so, you know, there's many different ERC companies out there. Some of them are great and some of them are not so great. So, but Wade and his team have really, went through a lot of different companies, interviewed them, sat down, and they picked the ones that they felt was the best. And so far, we've done tons of business with the Bank Breezy for the ERCs, and we've had some really great success with it. The other good thing about them is they're very good as far as status and communication, which is very important, as you guys know.
Perfect. Bill, there's a question in our chat. Are there upfront costs for the ERC?
No.
Excellent.
The only payments that are made is if they get their credits.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. And just Steve, just so you know, I did email you because you would ask me something.
Yes, and I've sent 2 people your way just in the last 5 days.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You bet. You bet. What other questions? Do we have any hands up? Anything in the chat?
Yes. What's the turnaround time for that ERC program?
That's a Bill question. There he is.
Yeah, Bill.
The answer to that is you're dealing with the government, so could take a couple of months. Usually normally we're looking at like 3 months, but sometimes a little sooner, sometimes a little bit longer, depending on the how complicated the people's taxes are. So, you know, like anything that's with the government, you're kind of like at their mercy. So.
And what's the minimum amount of full-time employees that they would require?
Well, we try to do 5 and above, but we do have a solution for less than that. But you know, it's a lot of work to do, so it's really not cost effective to do anything less than 5.
Okay, copy that. Thank you.
Alrighty, you're welcome.
Well, I'm going to say Steve. I'm going to say one thing about Bank Breezy and this program that Bill is bringing in. And I'm not as disciplined as Steve, so it's a little bit of the cat out of the bag. But get this, you guys. Imagine having a company that will not look at your tax returns or your credit, look at 3 months back bank statements, and loan. They make a decision the same day to loan money to businesses that need help. That's part of our Bank Breezy program. That's all I'm going to say. Back to you, Steve.
Thanks, Mark. I saw Bo's finger come up again.
Well, I think what I want to talk about this ERC program that people don't really know about I don't have the exact numbers, but it's something like the government has put 400 million out there, or billion, I mean, billion, 400 billion with a B out there, and only 30 billion have been used so far. So there's a lot of money. It's a limited time program, but there's a lot of money out there. Let's go get some of our Severus reps to help put some of those through.
Yep.
And of course-
Just to tag on to that, ERC probably is going to end in 2025. So like now is the time to really jump in, and if you got people, get them going.
Excellent.
Let's
keep
help
that as
our
futures to look
churches
back
with
on.
that.
Sorry?
I'm sorry, let's help I'm all for helping our churches with this.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, great. Thank you for that, Bill. Carol, Sue, to your question, I think that's going to be best handled through the ticket system. Any questions for your membership and so forth? That way Jeff can look into it and then get back to you on that one. So Jeff, I don't know if you saw her note there. What's the difference between your ERC program and other affiliate programs on the market? Are you talking, Sam, on other ERC affiliate programs?
Yeah.
I'll let Bill handle that one again, because he's the one that knows about the ERC through Bank Breezy. Is he off now? No, he's still here. Bill, what's the difference between yours? I tell you, the one that there are a lot of affiliates, and the biggest concern for me, one is they don't have to pay up front. Plus, are they going to get their questions answered? Are they going to get service? And that's the problem that we had with the company we were with before, is it was not very timely. They weren't responsive. I'm very comfortable with the professionalism and the team that they have behind the ERC program at Bank Breezy. So, Bill, did you want to address that question? What's the difference between Bank Breezy's ERC program and any of those other affiliate programs out there?
Well, basically, a lot of them are asking for upfront fees. And,
Yep.
For our company, as soon as that was asked, or they wanted upfront fees, they were eliminated. We only believe that people should make money if they're doing what they're supposed to do and helping the client. Just to make money for somebody to put in an application, something that we didn't think was fair to our clients. So basically, a lot of them have the upfront fee. A lot of them are not dealing with CPAs and tax attorneys. They'll just have like an H&R Block type of thing where, they go and they have a computer screen, they fill things out, send it in. And ours is actually all reviewed by attorneys and CPAs. Plus, if the client were to be audited because of this credit and return, the company goes and represents them against the IRS. So it's important to have people who know what they're doing, basically.
Yeah, great. All right, any other questions? Bo, go for it.
Muted.
I just want to say one thing, and I see he's on here, is a totally different subject. We've had some tremendous sponsoring going on this last week, and Patrick, you're one of them that has done fantastic. You and Michael Norris have brought in a ton of people just in the last week. And I think you brought Michael Norris in about a week ago, and he's already brought about 10 people in. I'm just very thankful that you guys are really going fantastic. So congratulations.
Good job. Jackie.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I just have a quick question. I'm new, but I would really like to know the relationship and how the company actually got started with Severus, and the history and what makes it and your relationships that make some of the solutions work. So I saw the bios, the independent bios, but I'm just real curious. I'm a person that kind of likes to know that kind of stuff as far as, okay, I like to work with people who have integrity, And when I put my name out there and I put your company out there, I'm confident that, and I'm not, don't get me wrong, I want you to understand my heart. I'm not questioning your company or your your abilities or anything like that. I'm just always curious about the backstory on how you guys got started and how you guys came together.
So I wish Zoom had a clock, because I would start the timer for Mark, because I'm going to turn this over to Mark, because I know he's dying to cover this one. So Mark, in your 2-minute explanation.
I'll keep it to 2 minutes, I promise. So May of 2016, I formed the original corporation. I was the VP of revenue for the largest appraisal company, and they flew me to Scottsdale to live there to run this company. And I started it then because I had this idea, because my background is real estate and I have network marketing experience too. I had this idea to set up a company where I could do real estate and network marketing. And I hired the best real estate attorney to make sure we do it properly, so all our members don't have to have real estate licenses. So after putting in years of time and effort and treasure, it led me to the 10 officers that you see here. And I always knew that I didn't want to run the company. I wanted to be part of a team. So all the officers are owners of the company. All of them, or several of them, have brought in solutions. A lot of our angel members that own the company. So what I want with this company is to be officer and member owned, and the people that are making the decisions are all faith-based. We're transparent. We wear our heart on our sleeve. We're not greedy, wealthy people. We just want to make a difference. And that's why we're really into nonprofits too. So to answer your question, and because I only have about 20 seconds left, formed the corporation a few years ago. Corporation has led to where it is right now. Nobody's ever done this. When I was watching Steve's presentation, I thought, I've never seen a networking company that is doing what we are doing. And so it is just very exciting. And lastly, the company is debt-free and capitalized. All, like Steve mentioned, all our solutions are either exclusive or the best value, or they're just exceptional. So if you look at the company, the services, the industry, and the people making the decisions, it's an easy fit that our values match yours. That's it.
Awesome.
Thank
Good.
you.
I think you
Thank
made
so
it
much.
under 2 minutes, Mark. That was great. Sam, is Sam still here? I'm not sure what he was meaning about iHub Bill. That's I think new to me. Any other questions that we have? This was fun. We still have 22 people on. So I thank everyone for staying on and entertaining all the questions and the answers. Hopefully it was very informative for you guys. We'll keep this format on Saturday. And then, of course, in February, we'll be launching our weekly training sessions for multiple solutions. So you guys can jump into those and you just do another deep dive on individual solutions. So with that, I don't see anybody else's hand up. Oh, I see Jessica's hand up.
So sorry, one final quick question. If I had a veteran to sign up, would I be able to do that in the next couple of days, or is this something more towards the future?
Hey, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay. I need to talk to Steve about this. But
I know where you're going, Mark, and I say just go ahead and do it.
Okay, I'm going to create, give me that person's name, and I'll create a voucher that'll knock off $138. They'll only have to pay the $19.95, and they'll be grandfathered in.
Oh my God, you said give you what?
Yeah, just tell me the person's first name, and I'll create a specific voucher, a coupon for that person.
Thomas Fernandez.
Got it. Does he go by Tom?
Yes, he does.
Done. I'll do it today.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. You're going to see a lot
Likewise.
more coming through.
Awesome. Likewise. So before we say goodbye, just a last reminder, same time next, or not same time as today, but typical, I interrupted somebody.
Yeah, real quick. Sorry, Steve.
No worries.
So Mark, is that for all veterans?
All veterans.
Because I got some too, you guys.
I see that. Thank you so much. They're going to love this. Thank you.
You bet. Let's get him in.
Awesome.
And I have the DD 214 to prove it.
I kept my ID card because I always like the vet discount when I go to the store. So I have this old ruffled pink ID card from when I got out, and people still accept it. So DD 214s are great. So Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time for the presentation. And again, it's going to be streamlined. We'll just do the presentation. Then everybody can go and schedule their three-way calls with the leadership team in their upline. Jessica, did you have one last question again?
I did. I just forgot to put my hand down, but now that you asked. If somebody wanted to go, like if this vet, Tom, wants to go under his own leg, if I don't want to put him under me, is that a thing? Can we do that?
I don't think I understand. Wouldn't you be a sponsor?
Well, so like, could he himself come in and be a sponsor for other people, or?
Well, of course, that's part of the whole program. When he becomes a member, an SR, sponsored by you, part of your team, he can go and sponsor 20 veterans or another 100 people. That's what we want.
And he has his own
Okay.
team from him on down.
That's right.
Okay, so even though he goes under me, he will have his own team from him on down.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Yep, Patrick, I see your notes there in the chat, so I'll look for that email. All right, everyone, thank you for coming today. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great time. Hopefully we'll see you on Tuesday, or at the very least the next Saturday. Everyone have a good one. Take care.
You're
Thank
all
you, Steve.
amazing.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys. Have a wonderful weekend.
Have fun.
Everybody, thank you.